Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'll make a really short video, and my topic today is many things that are causing low testosterone in many men that many of us may not be aware of. So the first thing I'm going to talk about today is drinking out of plastics. This is a substance called BPA or bisphenol A, and it's I believe, a xenoestrogen, but it's also a estrogen mimicking compound that is in plastics. It's in the receipts, highly estrogenic. It's um it's in cups and it's in all of the plastics that we use, and it's also in pots and pans that are lined with Teflon to make them non-stick. And it's a powerful endocrine disruptor, which actually uh, causes a toxic form of estrogen that is very damaging to a man's hormonal profile. And so the next thing I'm gonna talk about is foods that are high in refined sugars, unrefined sugars, and unrefined carbs. Now, quickly back into the 1950s, they had a movement where they stripped all the fat out of foods, which actually cause the fat naturally is what makes our brain develop regularly, and it actually keeps our neurological system functioning. But they took that out and they replaced everything with sugar to make it taste better so they can sell it to people. So now everything is infused with uh, sugars, most which come from genetically modified sources like corn syrup with endocrine disruptors like glyphosate in them. And high sugars raises insulin level, and insulin and cortisol actually lower testosterone. So high sugar diets are really killing men's testosterone. And the next point I'm gonna bring up is the mind-body connection. There are too many men that are not assertive and they're not dominant to take control of their life. And we must realize the body follows the mind. A weak will would lead to a weak body. The mind-body connection is real. So men need to get that spiritual foundation to cast out fear so we can rely on personal responsibility and wisdom and a righteous standard to live by so that we can see the evil in ourselves and the evil that surrounds us, to deal with it constructively, avoid it, and not fall into the negative consequences of life. The next thing I'm going to talk about are genetically modified organisms, GMO. And many people don't realize that GMOs are very toxic. There's a substance called glyphosate. It's an herbicide that they put in genetically modified organisms so that these genetically altered foods will not be harmed by the herbicide, but it kills everything that is not genetically modified, including us. So this is in there. It's another estrogen disruptor. It's highly estrogenic, and it is in so many things. Soy lecithin is in a lot of things. It's another thing that is very prevalent in many things, and same with a lot of additives and words like natural flavors that disguise a lot of estrogenic substances that are destroying men's testosterone. The next thing I'm going to talk about is overtraining for extended periods of time. Overtraining is simply working out at a high intensity for a long duration of time that does not allow your body to recover, and it actually puts your body in a permanent kind of catabolic muscle breakdown, to which you're not anabolic. You cannot build your muscle because your testosterone and your growth hormone and your IGF growth-like factors occur during the rest stage. This is why most of your muscle building is done during sleep. And if you do not allow your body adequate amount of time to rebuild, and also not burn down and deplete all your nutritional and your sources, so that your body has the building material to build up, you will consistently stay in a muscle breakdown thing. And the breakdown of muscle actually causes something called gluconeogenesis, is which you create sugar in the blood from muscle breakdown, which, because muscle is protein, proteins break down into amino acids, which are sugars, and sugars are harmful to the kidneys, the liver, which actually filters out and eliminates harmful estrogens out the body, and it kills the immune system, and a sick immune system is a sick body, all which destroys testosterone. Tap water, tap waters are filled with chlorine, fluoride, a host of other chemicals, atrazine, all the birth control hormones and pharmaceutical drugs that go through our body and excrete it into our water system, and these filtration systems in these municipal centers do not have the ability to filter out birth control hormones and pharmaceutical drugs, all which do lower testosterone levels. So that we must focus on, personally, I do distilled water and I add Himalayan pink salt to a dash to the water to give it a natural electrolyte profile. So we need to be aware. And the last but not least is colognes and perfumes. A lot of men are walking around trying to smell good, but not realizing that these very fragrances have xenoestrogens in them, which actually are endocrine disruptors. And again, convenience is the main tactic of evil to push his agenda. We think it's better to do that, but use natural essential oils and other substances. They are more costly, but in the long run, you could avoid a cancer diagnosis and keep your testosterone profiles high. So I just want to make a quick video to expose these things. Peace out, like, share, subscribe, and look forward to the next video. Peace out.